Hi, this is Shaggy. I'm sitting here with Anders Osborne, and we're going to do a little interview for the people on YouTube and whatnot. We're in New Orleans, and you know, it's festival season. Jazz Fest is just around the corner. Last time that we got together, Anders, you know, a lot has happened since then. That is for sure. You just got back from a 3-night run with Phil Lesh at Terrapin Crossroads in San Rafael, and you know, all I can say is being in attendance is wow. And how did the Terrapin Crossroads shows come about?
I think the conversation started maybe a year or so ago that we were trying to get it together at some festival, and then they tried again for the was it? I think it was Telluride was when it got pretty close.
Phil was on the same bill.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then for this specific time, so the conversation had been there, but then this time I think Phil Lesh's team, Fred Cox, his road manager, whatnot, I think he called J-Bow over at Hardhead Management, the guys over at Government Mule, and they were just asking, you know, for guitar players, singers that they thought would be good to come out. And they had recommended, well, you should try Anders. So
I think they made a wise decision.
I agree.
So I mean, what was it like to work with Phil?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was a lot of learning, a lot of songs, you know, not knowing the Grateful Dead catalog that well, or basically not at all. I had to really sit with the YouTube and a bunch of stuff you sent me. I listened to a bunch of the things you sent me and just try to, you know, get all that fresh in my head so I could know some of the melodies and some of the forms a little bit. And then once you get there, he's very professional, he's very precise, he wants it, you know, in a very particular way. So you have to focus, you have to really, it was like going back to college for a week. I had to learn 46 songs, a lot of songs. He writes the set lists, you know, he just lines it up for all 3 days, first and second sets, and then we just spend, you know, 2 days, 8-9 hours a day just rehearsing, practicing, trying to get the forms down. And then, yeah, very professional and extremely friendly.
Everyone in that, in the shows that you just played, you know, you had Luther, your good friend Luther.
Yeah, I love Luther.
Tony
Leone.
Tony Leone on drums.
He's going to do some shows with me in June. Eric can do.
Yeah, that's, wow. I mean, I think a lot of, I mean, me as a fan and everything, that band there, everyone in that band kind of came in, like, besides his son, you know, is not very familiar with the Grateful Dead catalog. Am I correct on that?
No, I think somewhat. They're not years and years of playing Grateful Dead. I think all of them, Jason Crosby started in January, I think. The last 3 or 4 months, he's been really shedding it. So he's starting to get he knew the stuff pretty well. There was not a lot of stuff he didn't know. Tony has been going for a couple of months. So he's been doing the Crossroads, I'd say 4 or 5 times.
Nice.
So, yeah, there were a lot of people, they were not, you know, seasoned veterans of the
Luther and you.
Me and Luther had no clue.
Wow, Luther. That's all I can say. Yeah. Luther, wow. If you watch this, Luther, holy shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So can we expect to see you anymore with Phil?
Yeah, they called me back and they want me to be back. I think the dates are, I had something booked, but we moved it around a little bit. And I think I'm doing a Sunday show. That's something called...
It's like May 13th, 14th, somewhere.
I think it's 12. Sunday the 12th. Something on the 13th. I think I'm off on the 14th. And then another show on the 15th.
And that band will pretty much consist...
They'll be further...
Yeah, like John Kedelick and...
Yep.
Yeah, oh, man.
Russo and all the boys. Yeah,
Russo. That's going to be fun. Do you think we'll get some Anders Osborne originals?
Phil writes the set list. I have no input on that.
Well, let's hope that Phil listens to some in the catalog.
See. Either way, it'd be wonderful.
Okay, so we're gonna change course a little bit now, and Jazz Fest is right around the corner. How many years have you played Jazz Fest?
Since 1989, I think, or 90. So what is that? This will be my 23rd year.
Yeah, right. Wow. I was there in the beginning of those years. Ron Bridges of the fan club has been posting a lot of old pictures. I can say to myself, like, wow, there they are. I was there at the shit, you know?
Yeah, Ron rocks.
No, Ron has been there a long time. So, you know, but let's see here. So, let's start with the first shows. You changed your Jazz Fest schedule around.
Yeah.
You were going to be playing the fest with your band on Saturday, but it conflicted with Voice of the Wetlands.
Yeah.
You then you went to Quentin Davis personally, if I'm correct, and asked if you could switch your set so you could play with your boys in Voice of the Wetlands. That happened. Tell me about that. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I didn't want to, they sit for months and months and months, and they try to figure out the right schedule, and they put it just right. You know what I mean? I've never questioned my schedule, ever. But for some reason, it was overlooked that I was in these 2 slots at the same time. So I just asked Quint and the guys over there if it's even at any way possible to give me another slot. And so I got the same slot, but on the opening Friday, which is wonderful. I think I'm playing right before Gary Clark and Band of Horses. So I think that lineup worked out great for us.
Right,
it's the same style.
Plus the fans get to see you twice at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, and then
will you be doing the set with Johnny Sansone?
No, I was not asked to do that.
Okay. Let's see. So then we move to I don't know exactly all your shows, which I probably should have them in front of me, but I don't. But we have Tipitinas, the first Friday at Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
Luther is in town. North Mississippi All Stars play on Thursday night at Tipitinas.
Yep.
Then you play on Friday with special guest Luther Dickinson.
And John Groh.
John Groh will be on keyboards.
And yeah, there is probably one more guest. Very special guest from the old days.
You're looking at me like, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't even know that. That's whack.
It's going to be
cool. Right. So I'm going to ask a couple questions that the fans have asked. But I do want to bring up one thing here real quick. The Anders Osborne fan club and the Nola Crawfish King himself, me personally, are putting on a couple shows. One being the first weekend right outside the fairground gates with Billy Ayuso and the Restless Natives, and also the last Sunday of Jazz Fest.
Yeah.
And the Anders Osborne fan club present these shows, and what do you? You know that these exist. I know you're on the internet checking it out. What do you think of your fan base right now? I know that you're reading the stuff, and wow, people are psyched.
Yeah, it's heartwarming, and it's extremely entertaining at the same time. Just to watch, and I love when the conversations go askew and they go left and right, and people start basically blogging about all kinds of stuff, things that are going on in their lives. That's my favorite. So when I have a minute or two, usually every other day or so, I get it on all the 3 sites that I have, and I look at all of them, and the actual fan page that you started and the management and all this stuff, that one is awesome. It's like this camaraderie. I think it's spectacular.
Yeah, people are pumped, man.
I love it.
We're really excited about that last Sunday.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's with John Fole and Johnny Sansone.
Yeah, and how we're going to have
Johnny's going through
a couple thousand pounds of crawfish.
No way.
Show. Oh yeah, it's going to be intense.
How many people on this?
Well, 250 sold out immediately, and then guests. Yeah, so what started as a small little thing.
Where are we at? Where are we doing?
Right outside the fairgrounds, on the other side. Yep. 2 parties back to back. Hey, that's how the AOFC rolls.
That's right, Dave.
All right, so we're gonna ask a couple more questions here, and
somebody said, wasn't that? I gotta say, somebody said something about calling the fan people the Yayas.
the Yayas, yeah, that's I like that too. Fanders, the Fanders have even.
Oh,
but
Fanders.
Yayas are much better. I like the.
We
Yayas.
should get a Yayas T-shirt. I gotta print that.
Well, we have the AOFC.
Oh, we do?
Shirt coming out. That,
Oh, that's
they
cool.
will be available.
I need one.
No, you'll
I'll be my
definitely
own
get
fan.
one. Wait till you see. I think you've seen it. You've seen it. It's coming out though. It's going to be off the hook. Let's see. So I'm going to ask you just a couple questions, and then we'll move on, and we'll let you get back to your dinner. I know spaghetti is waiting, but do you see anything at Jazz Fest? And when you do get to see stuff out at the fairgrounds, what do you like to see?
Usually, I take time to watch stuff with my wife. You know, the kids have been kind of young still, but you know, if we get a chance, we'd do that. But we like Congo Square and Fado Do stages, whatever's happening there. And then an occasional jazz tent, I will go and sit down for a minute. You know, that's kind of, that's what I like. The Fado Do stage, if you want to go see something, you should go see the Bayou Ramblers. It's a friend of mine's in that from Lafayette. It's a killer, kind of a rocky, punk-edged, not punk really, but it has an edge to it. Cajun music, but it's real cool. Yeah, great engineer Corey Ritchie plays with that band sometimes.
What's your favorite food out there?
Oh, the
A lot of the fan club people are coming from out of town.
Yeah.
Some of it be their first Jazz Fest. You know, some of them are like Auntie Gail are like tripping like because of the crowds. You know, she's worried, and I just keep telling people just like look, just sit back, relax, eat some good food, and chill.
Find a spot somewhere on this. That's what I'm saying. Fado Do stage, Annie Gale, Fado Do stage. Okay, find a little spot there and watch people Cajun dance and two-step. It's so mellow. And then there are parts of Congo Square where you can sit, which is kind of connecting on the back ends with the Acura stage. You can see some of the real big acts, the international stars, mixed with some African New Orleans kind of Congo Square-ish African stuff mixture. That's a good spot to sit. And then sometimes right smack in the middle with all the food courts and just get a Crawford's Monica, strawberry lemonade.
What's your favorite?
Crawford's Monica, ain't no doubt.
Here's another one. I have to ask this. Was playing at Robert Cronenberg's house party a career highlight?
Absolutely.
And Robert wants to know, can he buy you and the family dinner over Jazz Fest?
I don't know if there's time.
Best Jazz Fest memory?
Every year.
Nice. Well, look at everyone. I know Anders, I know the band. We look forward to seeing you guys out at the shows, and be safe in your travels, and peace.
Peace out. Thank you, guys.